Nearly 6.5 years ago, a group of 13 women got together and hatched a plan to bring Christian women from around the region together for a conference. A little more than 4 months later, the first Faith-Filled Women Conference was held in Salisbury. As a result of tons of prayer and word-of-mouth excitement, 400 women attended that conference. In a little more than 2 weeks, the 7th annual Faith-Filled Women Conference will take place, and boy, has it been an amazing 7 years. Well, one of the original 13 women and the woman on whose heart God laid the ideas, Dr. Lori DeWitt, the Executive Director of Faith-Filled Women. She joins us this afternoon. Thank you so much for being here.
This is a treat. Thank you.
Okay, so 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Could you have ever imagined?
We were sitting in Panera for, and going, hey, it'd be great to have a conference. And yeah, and it just happened. And there were 400 people, and then we were like, oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
And then, over the next 7 years, we've done Bible studies and other kinds of groups and teen events. And
yeah, because it's not just the conference, right?
No, so many things. But, now we're in year 7. There'll be 800 to 900 women joining us at the Civic Center this year. And it's crazy. But it just tells us that, this is something that God really wanted to have happen. And He has just made it happen.
Right.
So it's amazing to be a part of it.
Okay, so like I just mentioned, it's not just a conference. You're working on this year round with other events?
Yes, well, we've been, trying to find different ways that we can serve the women and basically be a bridge and bring women from different denominations, different ages, different groups together. Because we think, hey, we're all one body, so why don't we get together and see what we can do? So we've done service projects with craft events, we've done social gatherings, and just any way that we can find to bring people together and make connections.
Now, I'm really excited about this year's headline speaker. She's been there before. Her name is Carol Kent. Tell us about her.
Carol Kent is an amazing story. Several years ago, she was a New York Times bestselling author in the Christian world. She was speaking and doing all this work. And her life changed very, very suddenly when her one and only child, her son, who was an Annapolis grad and naval officer, killed a man and was sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole in Florida. And when she was here last, she kind of shared the story of what had happened in her life and just kind of how her life had been interrupted. But she made the comment at the time, she said, I like who I am now more than who I was before. And it was really a testament to the power of what God had brought in her life. And when we came up with this topic of embrace change and really felt led to share that topic this year at this conference, I thought there is nobody who can talk about change and embracing that change and growing through that change like Carol Kent.
Oh, yeah.
And so this time she's really going to be talking about how God uses these things in our lives to develop us into the people that we're supposed to be. And so whether it is change that we know we need to do, that we're struggling to do, or change that we are resisting, or change that just happens, we all at times have got to embrace that change, and it's hard, but it's so worth it. And she is just such a wise and witty woman that I just can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looking forward to that. Okay, there's other speakers as well.
Yes, we have got all kinds of local breakout speakers that are going to be talking about everything from a total makeover to mentoring and how mentoring can bring a change for both the mentor and the mentee. We're going to talk about how forgiveness can be a barrier to change and part of the change process. We're also going to have a special opportunity this year. We're starting to do something called a meetup, where we just bring people together to just have conversations. And so instead of a traditional breakout where we'll have a speaker and presentation, we're going to create an area for people to just come and have conversation and meet new people. And it's facilitated by this amazing woman named Sarah Lowry, who is just so dynamic and incredible. And it is just going to be a lot of fun. So there's going to be, it's a full day, and there's going to be a lot to do.
And of course, we got to mention the Glow Girls, because they've been there since day one.
Oh my gosh, yes. Our praise team, they call themselves the Glow Girls, and I just love it because they are made up, they come together just for this conference. They are made up of women and some male musicians who are from over 6 different churches, and I mean, really diverse musically, diverse denominations, diverse lifestyles, and they just come together and they make this incredibly beautiful music. And it's such a beautiful representation of what our community can be.
Oh, so looking forward to it. And I got to ask you, before we get into the event details, what is your favorite part of this Faith-Filled Women's Conference?
You know, it's funny. I actually have this picture that I snapped several years ago, and it was there was 2 women that I knew had just met that day, and at the end of the day, they went together and went to the back corner and they prayed together. And these were 2 women who were not the same color, they were not the same age. One was married, one was single, one had kids, one didn't have kids. I mean, such completely different backgrounds. But they stood there and prayed together. And I've never shared that picture because it was a very private moment. But I look at that and I say, that's what we're here for. We're here to bring people together. We're here to help each other grow in Christ and build relationships with each other. That's what it's all about.
The Faith-Filled Women Conference is happening on Saturday, March 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Tickets are available for $60, and that includes lunch and refreshments.
Yes. Full buffet lunch, dessert, all kinds of good. Yeah, I can't forget the dessert.
And door prizes,
always
all kinds
chocolate,
of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's called Embrace Change.
Embrace Change.
All right. Thank you so much, Lori.
Oh, thank you
Good
so
luck
much.
with
Can't
it.
wait for it.
I'm looking forward to it myself.